Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Surviving the Aftermath of Middanowah. We are struggling a little bit right now, I'm not gonna lie. Oh gosh dang it, we are struggling a lot right now, it turns out. Okay, this is good. Trying to get some power back so we can turn on all of our buildings and stuff, that'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and probably turn off the garage and the environmental station since apparently we're having issues here and really can't afford to spend any more power. There we go, finally getting back on track. Alright. We need metals. We need concrete. We need all sorts of fun things except for fabrics. That's pretty much it. Heck, I even could use a lot more housing because we ended up getting more people than I know what to do with. Good lord. I'm still only 5 out of 66 extra shelter space with all these emergency shelters in place. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous! Alright, well, either way, we're starting to make some good progress down over here. Donna, I think, just finished getting the science. She's a little injured, but not that bad. We're going to send her to go work on the next group. And Baylor, which is his name, by the way, I keep forgetting, he's going to go ahead and head back to the base so he can heal up because he just took a beating attacking all of these bandits. But he did clear them out, so much appreciated. Well done. Now you get to go and enjoy a rest back home. Junior engineers are done. All right, let's go ahead and assign somebody else to be working over there. Now we can produce a whopping 8 per day. Oh, wow, that's so good. Okay. Same down here with the concrete, 10 per day, huh? Oh, yeah, that seems nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, it certainly will be helpful. It's just not outstanding. Okay. We're still using up all my metals just making dang tools. I'm amazed how fast these tools fall apart. I really don't feel like they should be this difficult to keep on top of. They take up more than I would think is really fair. I'm trading for some more, and, you know, we're working on that, and here comes 9, but, like, it's just not enough. It's just never enough. Anyway, with the junior engineers done, let's go for the conveyor belts to improve production speed by 20% for our industrial miners, and that will include the concrete and the metal, so we'll get at least a little bit more per day. Okay, the next thing we need is probably even more metal production, and I hate placing it here because it's going to cause a lot of irradiation, but I think it's absolutely necessary at this point, so we'll go ahead and set up another metal extractor right there. I'll also need to get myself another transformer, of course, because that's just how this works. I don't know if this is gonna reach. I mean, it might. If we place, like, right here, maybe it will. We can try. I have my suspicions that it won't, but I'll give it a go. Once that's done, another concrete extractor wouldn't be a bad idea as well. Lordy, more babies. We really have figured out how to ramp up the the birth rate, didn't we? A little happiness, lots of good shelters, and then boom. Sort of seems to solve the problem. Okay, no, this is good, this is good. We do need more births, we do need to keep up with this because I need lots of people to be able to operate things like the extractors. This is going to be increasingly important as long as we don't screw up on our food production and our water production. We'll be okay. Got 5 cows. I'm going to go ahead and keep butchering one here and there. I don't feel a need to go over 4. I assume at some point there's like an automatic butchering, like you get up to some sort of a limit. It's like, all right, that's probably enough cows. We should probably go ahead and start culling the herd a little bit. I assume. Could be wrong, but I hope they do that. Colony's under attack. Colony's under attack. That's good. That's good. Okay, hang on. Let's see. It looks like there were 2 things over here. It's 2 boars. Nope, there's another one over here somewhere. Okay, so you're actually going to go fight that. Scrappa, go intercept the boars up here, and I'm probably going to send my scientist to go and assist with that as well, if possible. As long as no one dies, that's going to be okay. Just don't want them killing any of my guys, right? That's all we care about. Whoa, okay, as long as you... Okay, I'm a little bit concerned all of a sudden. Maybe you need to run? Yeah, now you need to run. Okay, run away. Let's scrap and take care of the rest. Oh, good lord. All right, well, we got it. There you go. Thank you for the free food. Okay, so with the conveyor belts done, that's good. Repair costs for batteries and components is okay. Controlled burn, not worried about that. Capacity, logistics, no. I think we are going to try to increase some of our storage capacity a little bit, though. Specifically, I'm thinking under shelving for our general storage, since we are capped out, and I don't really want to spend the metals building another one, so I think that's the most efficient way to do things. Shelving research done. That was pretty quick. Let's go ahead and get the centralized repairs as well, so if I want to, I can have somebody, like, automatically go decontaminate everything instead of trying to manually fix all of it. Which has worked up to this point. I think it may be the most resource efficient, but it's also the most annoying. Big business. A packed van waits you at the gates. Okay. A lone van rattles toward the gate, suspension creaking under the heavy load. Greetings and salutations, my good people, no comma here, shouts the driver. Can I interest you fine gents and ladies with a bit of bartering on this loveliest of days? Food, primarily? What else do you have? Because I don't really feel like I need food or your planks. You've got medicine. These are terrible deals. Nope. Goodbye. Big business sucks. Okay, we have another metal extractor set up. That's good. It's going to cause pollution issues, but really what can you do? So with that taken care of, now we're going to start building up another concrete extractor since that's my next bottleneck. And if I can get both of those under control, that would be pretty awesome for me, honestly. We'd be in really good shape. Centralized repairs are done. Okay, what else do we need? None of this. None of this. Maybe now we go down disaster forecast, get some extra action points for my cars, as well as work toward that fortress so we can protect ourselves a bit more effectively. The trade convoy has arrived, and it looks like it did bring along the tools this time. Okay, so this time around it looks like we actually got all the materials we were supposed to. Not sure why it sometimes isn't always consistent in that, but there you go. All right, anything else you want to buy? Well, some more clothing could be helpful, but honestly, that only saves me labor. It's not a big deal. We could get the wheat. Still don't think that's worthwhile, if anything. Honestly, we want to keep getting tools. Tools are just the best thing for me to buy. Easily. Colonial climate is a new quest. Hey, boss, got some time to spare? One of your colonists asks. You know all those pockets of radiation, yeah? Those recent weather fronts might have pushed some of that nasty green stuff away from valleys and villages. I know a few sites we go and check for loot. All right, sounds great. Let's do exactly that. Do I have any scavengers available? I don't think so, though that would be nice. So instead, we're just going to have to send Scrappa. Oh, actually, there's a couple of different sites to check. Oh, interesting. Okay, visit several villages, huh? Sounds nice. One thing that bothers me a little bit, by the way, in this game, we have 8 colonists currently available for carriers, which is great. Why has no one been building this path? It's been here for a long time. I see one person is just now starting to work on some of it. But this has literally been in progress for the last, 20 days. And basically no one wants to do anything with it. That seems weird, right? Not just me? Well, let's go ahead and try building up a maintenance depot. I haven't used one of these yet. Could fit one right along here if we do this, and that seems fine. I would like to see if we can just go ahead and clear out a lot of the pollution. My question is, how big will the work radius be? Probably not large enough to be super helpful, but clearing all this area, for example, would be nice. At some point, I also think I want to move the burial pit. I don't like its location. It's causing an unnecessary amount of pollution. This is easy enough for me to just move somewhere else, so you know what? That's what we are going to do. We're just going to move you right over here. All right, Scrappa, what you got for me? What's inside of the village? The specialist arrives at the first of the described locations. Post-apocalyptic meteorology is definitely not an exact science. But your colonist is way off the mark here. The village down in the valley is positively glowing with a sickly green hue. If you had a Geiger counter with you, or a Geiger counter, however you want to say that, its rattling noise would be deafening. Let's hope the 2 other destinations are worth the trip. Let me guess, it's not going to be worth the trip. Okay, disaster forecast tech is done. Let's go for the all-terrain tires, I think, next. We got enough science to get the fortress as well, and maybe even a couple of other things, but this seems pretty helpful. I don't really know why I would want to get production speed for a garage, by the way. Just because, I have to work on cars so infrequently, how is that really worth my time? I don't know, but it doesn't seem great. Now we can go ahead and demolish this burial pit. Let's do that. Get out of here. Oh, everyone's sad. No. Well, that's fine. Go gather the bodies. Actually, do the bodies just despawn? I think they might just despawn. Well, that's easy. 2 neighbors are arguing about something. Nothing new under the sun, apparently. 2 colonists are arguing over a rusty metal box which lays on the ground between them. They both claim ownership of the coins inside. I'm going to interview people. Let's see. You ask, we found scouting the perimeter looking for any plants or animals. I was going through some bushes when I noticed a spot that was unusually clear. I dug a bit and found the box. If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have the coins at all. So I deserve 80% of the pot. The woman says, he didn't seem to get anywhere with all the smashing and hammering, and I'm quite handy with tools. It took some patience and concentration. So she cracked the lock, and she thinks she deserves 40%. Render judgment. Confiscate a third of the coins and split the rest. Yeah, that's what, you know what? Because you brought me into this and you shouldn't have, I'm going to confiscate the coins. No one's going to be unhappy about this, right? Surely? Actually, no, people are happy about it. Wait, what? I don't know what people are thinking, but all right, thank you. All right, so we have a maintenance depot, and sure enough, the work area is rather pitifully small. We'll go ahead and set it up over here since this is where I spend most of my time, but that's gross and irritating. Honestly, something that might be helpful is just go ahead and build a sauna. 5 per day, though, dude. Not to mention the water consumption on everything else. Causes pollution, you say, too. Oh, gosh. I don't know. I mean, I would love to get a basic hygiene sauna and stuff. It feels like that's kind of expensive for, I don't think, a lot of gain. As long as you got a maintenance depot, you can probably have the outposts and be fine, right? All right, we're researching the fortress tech now. Let's see what's going on in this village. This spot looks a fair bit better than the previous. The flora growing in the blackened soil is barely enough to sustain itself. But the village should be safe to check out as long as you don't overstay your welcome. You arrive at the center of the town and notice 3 different storehouses built along the barren dirt roads. It's probably safe to loot one of them before the radiation becomes too much to bear. Well, in that case, I think getting the durable clothing is an obvious choice, so we'll visit that one. And there's one more to visit. All right, I think we are finally starting to get our feet under us. Look at this, doing just fine on food, producing plenty of power and water, starting to catch up on concrete and metals and so on. As long as we can keep up with our population and our power needs, which so far has not been an issue at all, we should now be able to start producing plenty of planks with our logging camps over here, as well as plastics if you want to, because there are more underground plastic sites over here. So we're starting to reach a point where I don't think we're going to have any more issues. I'm hoping, anyway, at least until a really nasty disaster comes along. If a magnetic storm hits, okay, all of a sudden everything might change. And we haven't even been taking full use out of all of our various different jobs. We could still build up the refinery, for example, and start creating some fuel, which isn't a bad idea. Let's see, we also haven't built up the movie theater, which is something we can do. Libraries don't take power, which could be pretty nice. Decorations we do need everywhere. There's something else I was thinking of. What was it? Oh, right. Things like the foresters as well as the magnetic separators. There's so many more resources we could start producing right now, but why? What would we gain from any of that right now? What do we really need? And the answer is we're kind of now finally at a self-sustaining level. By the way, let's go ahead and send out both of these guys. These guys are going to start heading down this direction to pick up my injured people. They'll act as an ambulance, as well as sending off 2 scrappers to go ahead and start killing off some more bandits. Final colonial climate village. The last leg brought us to a modest shanty town, since abandoned by the green mist oozing from the bottom of the river. Unfinished administrative building. Okay, we'll approach that. The shifting green mist isn't your only obstacle. Rainwater, soil, and an unknown oily substance have formed into ponds of green goo, but you manage to avoid contact and enter the admin building. We find 2 human skeletons gripping what looks like a crown. You should be able to pull out a box or 2 before the entire thing falls apart. Parts and silver, medicine and food. Medicine would be nice. Parts could be good too for a lot of reasons. I'm thinking the silver so we can buy things that I want more than anything. All right, that works. Good job, Scrappa. Go back home. Yeah, I know what the other thing was I was thinking of now. We still haven't been actually, like, separating any of our junk and turning that into useful materials like parts. Right here, the mechanic shop could work on that. Take some power, take our junk, of which we have 277, start turning them into parts. Haven't had to do that yet because, you know, so far we're doing just fine in terms of materials. We also, at some point, really do need to research the circuit assembly down over here, and that would also let us start producing electrical parts. But again, so far, simply scavenging across the world has been sufficient. We just discovered another society called Sin Town. Oh, that's a very fun name. What's your description, Sin Town? It's a veritable den of sin and villainy, or the best place on Earth to have a bloody good time. Forget your worries at the Colosseum. The town's many eateries are with other more exotic offerings. They sell chickens. You know, I could use chickens. Chickens don't sound half bad, actually. But so far, we're doing all right. I actually kind of wonder just how much the ranch is playing a role to me having plenty of food. Certainly seems like growing the cattle doesn't take that long. As long as you can manage the water consumption, it seems fine. And this is another stash of like several hundred food I need. If I need an emergency just to slaughter the cattle, I can. Another group of survivors arrive at the gates, this time with some children, adults, fuel, tools, food, iodine pills, and Fritz, another fighter. I accept, because why not? More people are homeless. Well, I'm working on it. This shouldn't take too long for me to build up. I was hoping to replace these emergency shelters, but I guess not. You know, believe it or not, we actually could really benefit from having another school. Just because we actually have so many children now. I actually think this might be a worthwhile investment. Yeah, let's go ahead and build out a school right over here. Fortress research is done, which means now we have a much stronger base. Awesome. Okay, we can fit 4 people up there now. Yeah, so when the next raid comes by, I mean, I think that this is still going to continue getting blown up, and that's why having the guard post becomes so important. Whoa, Donna died. What? No, wait. Oh, shoot. I knew that I was leaving her here, and it was dangerous. I thought that I would pull her out in time, but I missed one more day of this. Okay, cancel your mission, Platty. Let's not lose you as well. Oops. All right. Sorry, Donna. That was a huge screw-up on my part. But you know what? We got more specialists than I know what to do with anyway. It's sad that we can't pick up her stuff. That feels like we should be able to. All right. Fine. Whatever. Another wandering merchant. What you got for me this time? More science. You know what? In exchange for firewood, well worth it, because that's at least one more tech that I might be able to get that I wouldn't have before. So, okay. Looking good. I'm trying to research solar power right now. Just because windmills and stuff, they do tend to take a bit more maintenance than some others, so that's one good thing about the solar power. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if I'm correct in this, but my observation seems to suggest that all batteries actually share power capacity. Like, this is technically its own separate power network from this, right? But I think, I really ought to test this, but I think that the game doesn't actually distinguish this battery rack having, you know, 1,000 out of 2,000 power. I think it all just goes into the same exact pool and pulls out from there. Might be wrong. We'll try placing down another power building and see if I can connect it just to that and see if it works. But if so, well, then that's very interesting, ain't it? A heat wave is on the way. Okay, this is gonna hurt. We can probably build up some more water storage to be safe. People drinking a lot of extra water isn't great. I'm actually more worried probably about my animals than I am anything else, but still. To be safe, we should place down some more clean water storage in a couple of areas where I can fit them. And maybe an extra water tower to be safe somewhere, let's say, by the cattle. Yeah? Just to make sure that the cattle don't die. I'd also like to try buying some chickens, just because I think that'd be fun. Are these peanuts? They might be peanuts. Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and get this seed. That could be helpful. And some chickens. We'll buy 3 of them. There we go. Spend some of my copious amounts of silver. I like it. By the way, can I sell you extra cars? It does not appear that I can, which is a little bit of a missed opportunity. I think if we discover cars we don't want to use, we should be able to sell those, but that's just me. Engaging in combat all over the map at this point. So many bandits I want to clear out. I don't even know why I'm fighting them at this point. Do we need anything that they have? Probably. Probably not. I don't really care. I just think we want to kill them because they don't deserve to live. Bandits aren't allowed in my world. They are protecting iodine pills and some science. That's probably fine. I am noticing that my car runs out of fuel well before it's able to get back home. It can get down here, but getting back home? Nope, that ain't gonna work. So apparently I don't have nearly enough fuel for these cars, but as far as I'm aware, there's no way to increase the gas tank. It just is what it is. Nuclear Beast, another quest. Okay, nuclear power plant. This looks like the Beast again, which we've dealt with in the past, so sending a fighter out probably will be fine. Yeah, if it's just an irradiated wolf, then I've already seen this before, which is sad because it means we're starting to run lower on events, or I just got unlucky. But we're starting to recycle things I've already seen. Still, you know, whatever, we'll go kill it. Solar plant is done. Do we want to go ahead and just research the circuit assembly to say that I did it? I mean, we've gotten pretty darn far down most things except for food, and the funny thing is, I don't really need food. I feel like we've been doing okay on that. Could go for the alternative proteins, I suppose. Insect farms and all that, sure. Yeah, we could. Yeah, let's go ahead and continue down the food path just so I have some alternative proteins sitting around. Could be helpful, but I honestly think we're kind of getting to the end of this series. I can't decide if I should go one more video or not. But at this point, like, yeah, I have to manage a few more resources. We're not, like, on autopilot yet. But I'm also not really in any danger. I feel like we've officially kind of gotten our footing underneath us, and we should be able to continue expanding from here on out, and the more population we have, the better. I mean, so far, that's not been an issue. Oh, right, we will need a water tower down over here eventually as well. We'll go ahead and place one. Not that I can take advantage of it at the moment. We don't even have any chickens yet, but eventually we're going to want to have some of that. But yeah, we're doing okay-ish on the power front. We're doing fine on water. Really no problem. Food is looking great. I am now producing enough of every resource, and I have the ability to produce any other kind of resource. So for plastics, for example, pretty soon, I will want to set up one of the plastic extractors right along here. And it's going to be very polluty, yeah, noted, but We can set one up right over here and it'll work great. And there's the heat wave. Of course, I did not harvest all my crops. I probably should have done that. Didn't think about it. Oops. Well, but even so, like, are we going to lose much out of this arrangement? I don't think so. Sucks to lose like 100 potatoes, but I'm currently getting as much out of that as I can. Let's just go ahead and have some people go gather up all the stuff. Yeah, we got some extra workers sitting around, so why not, right? We'll go ahead and pull you guys off since this is no longer relevant. Just harvest a lot faster. Yeah, no, we are completely fine. I'm not even worried about losing a couple of hundred food. It doesn't even matter, not even a little bit. Am concerned about the water tower here, but oh well, at least we're taking care of our cows. We'll be fine. Whoa, we are drinking a lot of water. We are admittedly drinking lots and lots of water. Okay. No, but this only needs to last for a couple of days, right? So, no, we're not really in any danger. None at all. Yeah, I think this actually would make for a pretty good place for us to end this video. We've explored about as much as I need to. There's more we could build, but we don't need to do so. At this point, it's kind of rinse and repeat. Keep growing, keep expanding. Don't lose track of anything so you don't die like a dummy. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy this series of Surviving the Aftermath in maximum difficulty. I certainly did. I think the game has progressed pretty nicely since its initial conception. I remember when it first released. It's come a long way. Now, there's still some room for polish, a few UI changes, notifications, auto-exploration, little things that would be nice, but overall, it's come a long way. I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going to continue to go. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.